Hi folks, welcome back. Thank you for watching. Please do hit subscribe if you haven't done so yet. It really does help when you do that. So today folks, I've got a really fun modulation and gain pedal to show you. Now, I've demoed a few pedals on this channel made by PastFX over in Brisbane, Australia, and they've all been brilliant, especially their CE1 replica, which gets so close to the sound of my vintage original it's scary, and also the Elastic Mattress, the 18-volt Electric Mistress alike. That's gone straight onto my pedal board. I love that flanger. And what PastFX kind of specialise in is taking old vintage extinct effect circuits and bringing them back to life, but giving you a little bit of extra functionality as they do so. And today's pedal is exactly that. So this here is the PastFX Jet Phaser. Now, for those of you who know your vintage effects pedals, you may have come across the old Roland AP-7 Jet Phaser from the 1970s. Absolutely enormous, same enclosure as the CE1 Chorus Ensemble, mains powered, very limited functionality. But it was kind of unique back then as being, I think, the first ever pedal to incorporate fuzz and a modulation into one enclosure. So it was a little bit different to what most people were doing back then. Now, this Jet Phaser gives you all of the sounds and functionality of the original, but a little bit of extra tweakability as well. So you kind of have two sides to this pedal, the phaser and the jet, which is basically the fuzz. Now on the phaser side, you get two speed settings, fast and slow. You can select that from the toggle switch. The fast rate is fixed, but you can adjust the slow rate and then toggle between them, which is really nice. And you also get the resonance control, which is the kind of watery, whistly feedback that goes on internally, so you can adjust that in or out. Now on the fuzz side, you get a tone knob and also a level, so that's just the overall volume, the gain is fixed. But to get into what this pedal gives you over the original, firstly, on the original, you've just got a two-position tone switch for the fuzz, bright or dark. This gives you bright, dark, but also everything in the middle, so it's much easier to dial this in for your guitar and your particular amp rig. You also couldn't separate the fuzz from the phaser, so the phaser was always active on the original and you could bring the fuzz in and out over the top of it, but that phaser was always there. Now on the depth switch you get low depth, deep depth, but also in the middle, off. So you can stop this pedal modulating and it kind of acts like a fixed honky resonant filter, so you can use this as a standalone fuzz pedal without the phaser over the top, which you couldn't on the original. But the most interesting bit of extra functionality is this little black toggle switch on the front here. And what that basically does is it takes the fast slow switch for the phaser and the jet foot switch, which is the fuzz on and off, and reverses their functionality. Now, what's really nice about that is if you want to use this just as a phaser and not have the fuzz, you can leave it turned off on the toggle switch, but then toggle between the fast and the slow rates using the foot switch. So you can get two different speeds under your foot. Or you can use the original functionality, have just one phaser speed, and you can flip between the toggle and bring the fuzz in and out. So you get both of those options. Now, one thing I really like, probably my favorite thing about this pedal really, is when you go between the fast and the slow rates of the phaser, it doesn't just flick the speed instantly. It kind of ramps it up and ramps it back down again. So it's very similar to like an old Leslie cabinet or a Leslie simulator. And you can definitely use this to cop some of those faux Leslie sounds with that slow ramping up and down of the phaser speed. So the original pedal was something of a one-trick pony. It did one thing very well and that was about it. This is still a little bit of a one-trick pony in the grand scheme of phasers and fuzzers, but you can use it for a lot more things and dial it into your rig a whole lot easier. Plus, it's tiny and it runs on a 9-volt input rather than being huge and mains powered. So it's definitely an updated version of that classic circuit with some extra features on it. So I can't wait to show it to you today, folks. It's a huge amount of fun playing around with this pedal and exploring all the kind of honky, resonant, filtered fuzz sounds it can create. So without further ado, folks, here we go. So there we are, folks. Now please do comment underneath, let me know what you thought of the Jet Phaser today. I love chatting nerdy guitar stuff with you folks down in the comment section. Now it's a huge amount of fun playing around with this pedal. As I said in the intro, it is something of a one-trick pony to a point. The extra functionality makes it less of a one-trick pony, I think. You probably wouldn't want it as your only phaser, because it is a little bit dark as a phaser sound. At the lower depths of the sweep, it does break up internally in terms of distorting. It's not the highest in headroom, so there are other phasers out there that might be more suited to being a standalone phaser. Same goes for the Fuzz. It's a cool sound. It probably wouldn't be your only fuzz sound in your arsenal, but you can get some great tones out of this thing. But putting the two together, especially with the phaser in low mode, is a little bit too extreme for me in the deep mode, but in the low mode, it's fantastic, and I just want to play those sort of chuggy metal riffs. I don't know why, but that's what comes out. And at the end, I was going a little bit fake Van Halen, not that I can play that well, because fuzz, or gain at least, with a phaser kind of makes me want to play really fast sweep licks. Don't know why. But two things I noticed having just watched the footage back from today. Firstly, I was playing things that I never usually play. And I think sometimes you need a pedal to drag that sort of stuff out of you and get you out of your comfort zone and out of a rut. So sometimes if you ever tried writing a song and you just can't come up with anything original, sometimes just switching to a different pedal can straight away put you in a different mindset and bring different things out of your fingers. And that's kind of what this pedal was doing for me today. But probably more important than that, throughout the whole demo, I was smiling, which I never normally do in demos. I'm normally concentrating so hard, but it's so fun to play. And sometimes, again, I think you need a pedal to just put a smile on your face and create some wacky spaceship sounds that you just enjoy playing it. So it won't be for everyone. It doesn't do everything, but for what it does it spectacularly well. So thank you ever so much for watching, folks. Let me know your thoughts and opinions underneath. I love hearing from you guys. I hope this video was interesting and useful for you. Please do carry on subscribing. I know I always say it, but it makes a huge difference when you click subscribe. And I will see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.